Hello YouTube, this is Dbtgamer Show, episode 180, part 2. Today I'm reviewing Jurassic Park Builder for the Game Boy Advance. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, you've missed quite a lot of stuff. I've already talked about graphics, controls, music and gameplay and some good stuff about this game. Now let's pick up where I left off. I was just talking about codes that you can put into the game to make the game either easier or harder for yourself and also make the game a lot more fun. The first code I want to talk about is Items Pack. This code gives you all the items in the gift shop. This code is quite useful because when you're starting the game up, you don't have that many items in your gift shop, and if you put this code in, it gives you all the items in the gift shop and you can sell any item you like to the people so that they can buy pretty much anything they want from your gift shops. That's pretty good. It makes you quite a decent amount of money. The next code is Lucky Buses 20. This code is really useful because let's say your park's in debt, you've almost run out of money and you're pretty much bankrupt. This code is really useful because all you have to do is sell some buses, then you'll be back in the money again in no time, and once you've made enough money you can always buy back those buses if you need to. So I found that code really useful. Probably the best code of the game is Bonus Park. Bonus Park is a really good code because it gives you the maximum amount of money to start off with. That's really helpful. Probably the worst code in the game is Zero Park. Zero Park is one of the worst codes in the game because it starts you off with no dinosaur DNA, so when you first open your theme park you can't show your customers any dinosaurs. This code is absolutely shit, don't use it. Next code, Men's Park. Men's Park is a pretty decent code, it makes all the male characters love your park. The next code is called Love Park. Love Park basically does the same as Men's Park, but it makes everybody love your park, men and women. The final code is called East Sauna. This is a pretty good code because when you begin the game, usually the game puts some trees and some boulders on your island. But if you put this code in, there will be no trees and boulders on your island, so it gives you more space to build your park, and so you don't have to erase stuff and waste money on that. So I thought the codes were a pretty decent idea because they made the game a lot more fun, and they're also very helpful when it comes to beating this game. I've actually beaten this game without codes, so you don't need them to beat the game, but some of them can make the game a lot more fun. To enter the codes, all you do is start a new game and type the code that you want to type in as your park's name. These codes are also listed on the Game FAQs website. Now, I want to talk about dinosaur cages. Throughout the game, certain things can happen to your dinosaur cages which can make the game quite difficult. Firstly, you've got to monitor your dinosaurs carefully and treat them often. Secondly, you've got to keep an eye on your cage's HP. Basically, when you first get your cages, they have 80 security points, and depending on what dinosaurs you put in your cages, the security points will go down depending on how much damage the dinosaurs do to your cages. You can also upgrade your cages throughout the game so they have more security points so they don't get broken as easy, but this can be quite expensive, so what you need to do is to keep an eye on your cage security levels at all times, because if a dinosaur breaks out of the cage, it can cost you a lot of money to catch it and put it back in the cage. So always keep an eye on your dinosaur cage security levels. Also, sometimes certain dinosaurs may get too old and you may have to retire them because they're not as popular as they used to be. The final thing I want to talk about YouTube is weather effects. This is also quite important because it can affect your cages. Throughout the game there are two different weather effects. There's the hurricane and the earthquake. The earthquake I'm going to talk about later. Let me talk about the hurricane first. The hurricane is quite annoying because most time when a hurricane hits, it practically devastates your dinosaur cages and puts their security levels in very low numbers, and it'll cost you quite a lot of money to repair these damn things. And it is quite annoying. The second weather effect, the earthquake, basically decimates your entire park. It very badly damages your dinosaur cages. Sometimes it destroys buildings, and a lot of the time it even puts boulders all over your park where they're not meant to be. And it can cost quite a lot of money to put your park back the way it was before the earthquake happened. So the weather effects can make the game quite challenging, and at times they can be quite annoying. I remember one time when I was playing the game, in the space of 3 months, I had at least 2 earthquakes, which was quite annoying. Now on to my complaints. That's all the good stuff I want to talk about YouTube. Okay, now my complaints about Jurassic Park Park Builder for the Game Boy Advance. It's very difficult for me to complain about this game because I had a lot of fun with it in my youth and in my college years. But I have looked at the game and I have managed to find some complaints. Complaint number 1. The game only has 1 save file, and this is kind of annoying because you can only save 1 park at a time. Complaint number 2. The game itself is very hard and it also takes quite a long time to complete. To beat this game you need to have completed 20 park years, which can take a really long time to complete, and because of all the game's difficult aspects like the weather effects and the your money always going up and down and keeping all your customers happy, this game can be quite difficult. I've only ever beaten this game on the easiest difficulty setting, so it's a very difficult game. And I am quite good at park simulators. My third and final complaint is the game itself only has 1 scenario. When I played Roller Coaster Tycoon, the game had several scenarios that you could build theme parks all over the world, and this was quite a good concept. I really liked it. But when I played Jurassic Park Park Builder, I was quite disappointed that there weren't that many scenarios. There's only 1 scenario in the entire game, and there's only 1 place to build your dinosaur theme park, so this felt kind of limiting. But other than that, Jurassic Park Park Builder for the Game Boy Advance is a very good park simulator, and it's definitely worth buying, definitely worth playing. If you like park simulators and you want one from the go, this is a decent game. I give it a 4 out of 5. My next review will be Sonic Colors for the Nintendo Wii. But that review won't be for a while because I am soon going to do a new Let's Play. In my next video, I will announce this Let's Play. But until then, bye!